Right, well, let's get started. And the front page of the Daily Mail, Josh, take it away.
Here we go. Well, first of all, there's a picture of a young woman on there. I don't know who that is. Also, the Daily Mail...
You can't know who she is. She needs her privacy.
Yes, OK. I'll take your word for it. There's also, before we get to the main story here, they've really laying into the Radio Times. They're saying, bumper festive TV magazine. Why spend $5.25 on the Radio Times when the best TV listings are free? They really can't stop, like, trying to shaft BBC. So that's their thing there. I mean, of course, our viewers don't need the Radio Times anyway. We're just going to be... Surely they'll be just putting GBNews on through the next 2 weeks, and that'll just stay on that. Yeah. So
why not? You can access it.
Save yourself $5.25 and £1.30 for the Daily Mail. But the main story is hospitals told empty beds before 999 strike. Essentially, we had yesterday the nurses' strike. There was disruption there. I don't believe there are reports. I'm sure if people did die because of it, this will be plastered on the front pages. But they are saying that this is potentially the ambulance service going on strike is going to create a much, potentially at real risk at people's lives here. So one of the things that they're going to do is try and empty as many beds as possible, which you sort of think they should be doing anyway.
It does sound rather alarming and quick, doesn't it? It makes it sound like they're sort of going to wheel them to the front door, shove them out.
Well, I know that, but there have been problems before in terms of people being accepted back into old people's homes and whatnot. Right. And I don't know, are we allowed to say old people anymore? Anyway,
yes, age. You are.
You are, good. As an old person, he has given me the get-go, thank you. And so because actually, I understand part of the delays that already happen is when people rock up in the ambulance, they can't get into the actual A&E because there's these backlogs. So the idea is there's going to be all these free beds and they'll just be like 15 minutes straight through the door, and then they can be seen once they're inside. So that's what they're hoping. Again, but it just raises questions to me, like, do we not have a more efficient system in place anyway?
I mean, what do you think, Lewis? Because obviously you sort of hail from a country where you don't have an NHS. So what do you think of all of this?
I think, basically, that the hospitals are on strike and the ambulance drivers are on strike, and probably more people will live because of it. It's the narco-medical establishment industry that's just made
the NHS sick. Industry, people saving lives.
No, it's not just the NHS. You call it the NHS to make it seem more warm and fuzzy.
Yes, it is warm and fuzzy.
It isn't warm and fuzzy. This is your country, right? In Israel, the doctors went on strike, and the death rate went down. I don't know whether this is the issue that we're going to discuss.
So you're in favour of privatisation, is what I'm hearing?
No, I'm in favour of firing 89% of the doctors.
I bet there is some sort of causal thing where when people go on strike, people don't allow themselves to get sick. I know that sounds a bit mental, but this kind of...
That's one of the reasons. Thank you very much. And
I'm sure there is some truth to it.
And it was during the COVID. People refused to cough because they knew they'd go to the hospital, they'd be put on a ventilator, and they'd be basically killed.
I see. So you think that maybe just abstinence is the best way forward in this? Just don't get sick, don't go, and you're fine.
Yes. I'm going one step further. I'm sorry for the people out there. A lot of the people in the NHS are fantastic, but hospitals kill people, and I think we need less of them.
OK, well, turning to the front page of the...
You're just coming straight out of the ballpark, aren't you?
Because this is the subject of the day. It's on my brain.